Hi guys, my name is Engineer Phil. Welcome to my channel. If you are watching my video for the first time, please click on the subscription button so as to receive notification each time I upload new videos. I would like you to feel free to comment on this piece of work at the comment section. Let's get started. The generations of computers. As you can see from the screen, the tremendous growth of computer can be categorized into 5 distinct generations. Each generation is referred to as a distinct technological breakthrough in development of computer. But before we proceed, let us look at the history of the father of generation of computer, who happened to be Charles Babbage. Charles Babbage is said to be the father of computers because he was the first to conceive the idea of basic design of a computer system in bid to develop a device that can carry out calculations with absolute precision and eliminate miscalculation in cost plotting and engineering. The gradual development of computers over the year is tagged as a technical evolutions and further resulted to what we know as technological convergence. With the advancements in science knowledge and improved technical progress, computers are growing exponentially smarter day by day. Science and engineering have been able to spearhead the improvement that has allowed computers to advance. Now, future computers can make their own decision with a better artificial intelligence. Now, as you can see, I've taken time to group them into the 5 and it's showcased on the screen. Now let's go into the first generation of the computer. This generation is characterized with the use of vacuum tubes or thermionic valve. As rightly observed, the tubes, though, was the best materials or the technology can offer us at that time, made computer to be unnecessarily very big, slow speed, very costly. It consumes a lot of electricity and dissipate a lot of heat. Unreliable compared to the later generations. Some of the first generation computers are very large to the extent that of taking up or occupy an entire room. And as you can see, the programming languages at that time was the machine language, and the input and output device are punch cards and paper tape. This generation uses magnetic drums and magnetic tape as the primary storage medium. The ENIAC is a great example of first generation of computer, which consists nearly 20,000 vacuum tubes, 10,000 capacitors, and 70,000 resistors. As you can see, when you look at those components, it weighs up to 30 tons and took up a lot of space. Examples are EDSACs, example of that is the first generation, EDSACs, EDVAC, UNIVAC 1 and 2. Let's go into the second generation. The second generation of computer, these are a set of computers that are designed with electronic transistors and memories. It utilizes the use of magnetic cores and magnetic tape or disk. The transistor proved to be more superior and reliable in terms of cost of purchase of computer system, with a low power consumptions, improving speed and reliability, smaller in size compared to the first generation. And the programming language used for this is assembly language, and the input and output device are punch card and tapes. Example of the second generation of computer is a ENIAC 3, Honeywell 800 and IBM 600 series. Then the third version or the third generation is used with the technology of mid-90s and is referred to as a mini computer. They are designed with the use of integrated circuits, in which hundreds of electronics components were built into a single silicon chips. The magnetic core and the solid state remain the primary memory. There are a kind of improvement in terms of speed and reliabilities, less expensive and lighter in weight. The inputs and the outputs of this category of generation of computer are magnetic tape, keyboard, monitor, mouse, etc. Then the fourth one is the fourth generation of computers. They use there was a kind of a thin line between or let's say demarcation, very thin demarcation between the third and the fourth generation computer. This is characterized by the use of a very large scale integrated circuit, which means that many components in the is occupy a very small space, and with the use of bubbles memories. With very large scale integrated circuits, it was possible to build over 20,000 components into a single piece of silicon chips of about human finger size. This particular generation brought about the invention of the microprocessors and the birth of calculators and digital watches. The semiconductors memories are RAM, ROM, and input-output device are keyboard, pointing devices, optical scanning, scanners, monitors, and printer, etc. Today, computers still use microprocessor, despite the fourth generation being considered to have ended in 2010. Then the fifth, which is the last for now, is known as the fifth generation computer. Many schools of thought classify the advent of Japanese industrial robot as a distinct generation, hence the fifth generation. Though this generation is characterized by the advent of artificial intelligence, speech process, pattern recognition, expert systems, and parallel architecture. The use of ultra large scale integration, that is the ULSI technology, and parallel process method not left out of this equation. Though the ultra large scale integration is the technology in which millions of transistors are mapped on a single chips, so microchips, while the parallel processing method employ the use of two or more processors to run tasks simultaneously. One of the other possible contender for a future fifth generation is the quantum computer and that of Internet of a Thing, that's IoT, a futuristic convergence. Example of AI in computer are IBM Watson, Apple Siri on the iPhone, and Microsoft Cortana on Windows 8 and Windows 10. Also, you can categorize Google search engine under this, because Google search engine uses AI to process user search. The conclusion, we can always conclude by looking at the summary of the 5 generations of the computer. Each generation of computer has brought a significant advancement in speed and in power to compute tasks. As you rightly observe from the summary table, each generation is characterized by a major technical development that fundamentally change the way computer operates. Most major development from early days to the current dispensation has resulted in increasingly smaller, cheaper, more powerful, and more efficient computing machines and technology, though minimizing storage and increasing portability. Then from some of those abbreviations used in this video, we have the ENIAC, we have EDVAC and EDSAC and all those things. You can look at those ones and check. Then the basic terms that you need to learn. Those are some of those things that you use in this message, in this video, like artificial neural network, assembly language, CPU, central processing unit, integrated circuit, machine learning, machine language, magnetic core, magnetic drums, memories, microprocessors, transistors, vacuum tube, random access memory, which is the RAM, and read-only memory, which is the ROM.